Can you hear me? If you can, welcome to the slashGROUP podcast!
Yay, welcome. That was Jordan. This is Derek. Also with us is Jesse.
Hi.
Sup homies. How you guys doing? That's to you two, not to our audience.
Oh yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good.
I've had a long day yesterday helping my sister move in. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Picking up stuff, putting it down. I definitely don't do that in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, definitely not something that you do daily.
I'm trying not to get bronchitis because my mom has it.
Ew.
Oh.
So
that's never a
no
fun time.
bueno. One of my coworkers was complaining about a sore throat this morning, and I shunned her and tried to banish her, but it didn't work. She just stayed at her desk.
I think it didn't work, so you have a sore throat now. But
No.
Fingers crossed.
I do not. Fingers crossed. Knocking on wood.
That sounded like metal.
So how are that was wood? How are our audience homies doing? Let's just sit silently for a second.
Right. Your
Crickets?
comments in the comment section about how you are. Mark it with the timestamp, so you know you're listening.
So on this week's episode of the slashGROUP podcast, we are going to wing it as per usual. We are going to just kind of chit chat about whatever we feel like.
The summer game slump. There's there's a couple things that are going to be coming out, but nothing. I mean, what is it that just came out just recently? Yeah, Splatoon.
Did we talk about Splatoon 2 last week?
Because
it was the day before it came out.
Didn't it come out? Yeah. So if you guys want, you can talk about that.
It came out the day after we recorded. That was one of the things I was going to bring up.
Spoiler.
I guess we can just start with that. I was going to
say,
say, Jordan, when you were talking, it cut out for me, so I don't know what you said, but I'm going to assume you said there was nothing coming out, really, so.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, summer games-wise, I don't know, nothing really super.
Yeah.
Super
for
particular
another month and some change.
Oops, sorry.
But yeah, Splatoon 2 came out Friday of... Shut up, Jordan.
I know, sorry.
Splatoon 2 came out Friday last week. So Jesse and I have had our hands on it for a few days, almost a whole week. So I guess we can talk about that. I'm going to go ahead and say that Splatoon 2 is a game where you play as a kid or a squid, and you cover things with your ink, and you ink people, and they go, and then that's the game. I played the first one.
I have never played the first one, and I will question you on this now. If you had, because I don't know how well you'll be able to answer this, but what first-person shooter would you compare it to? If you had to compare it to one. Like, in terms of, like, maybe, like, the weapons, or...
It's not first-person one.
Oh,
so
right.
It's third-person.
Awkward. Third-person shooter.
It's hard because...
There's not really a cover system, right? So it's not like a cover-based shooter?
There's no cover... Well, there sort of is to some
you can
extent.
go in the ink. I guess that counts.
Yeah, so... Okay, Jordan. So here's the thing that separates it from other shooters. The objective of other shooters is typically...
Kill your people dead.
Kill the other people. Like, that's more or less... Get as many kills as you can.
Yeah, and I mean,
whereas
obviously there's different game modes or whatever, but...
Well, yeah, and sometimes you, like, capture the flag and blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, one of the main game types in Splatoon is Turf War.
Okay.
And Turf War is basically you're in a map, and each team is their own color, and the point of the game is to cover the most ground possible with your ink. So, you have both teams running around, splatting all over the place. You can take out other team players, which is beneficial because obviously they have to wait for the respawn, and they have to make it their way back to like the main area that's getting inked, or any spots that the team is covering. So like that's kind of like the secondary objective is to take out people when you run into them. But the main objective is to just cover as much ground as possible and cover up any ink that the opposing team is putting down. And then whoever has the most ground covered by the end of I don't even know how long it is, 3 minutes, is the winner.
Is that by rounds, or is that like the entire match?
The entire match is 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Those are kind of short then.
Yeah, they're short, and they get kind of hectic like near the end.
Yeah,
it's like 1 minute left, and you're like, oh shit.
If they went any longer, I don't think it would be as effective.
No, it would feel weird. It would almost be.
How big are the maps then? I mean, in comparison,
they're not super huge.
Okay.
They're like arena sized things. Like there are definitely some that are bigger than others, but you're always gonna run into the other team. Like you're never gonna have a match where you don't run into people because they're not that big.
Right. I am impressed with the different layouts of the maps the most because as you level up, you unlock new weapons and gear and stuff. Yep. And every map, what happens is the maps kind of cycle every 2 hours, and so
which is different from the first one.
Right.
The first one was every 4 hours, which seemed like a really long time. I actually really like the 2 hour system. It's way better.
I do too. And so it's really nice how as I was saying, like you get gear as you level up, and every kind of map cycle is, I found that certain weapons work better on certain maps just because of the nature of how they work. It kind of encourages you to really kind of experiment with certain weapon types and all that stuff.
So there isn't really like one that like kicks more butt than other. I mean, in certain situations, I'm sure.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Jordan. Here's how gear works in Splatoon is, so you have a head slot, a chest slot, and your feet slot, and then you have your weapon.
Okay.
And each item has potential stat buffs. So like when you start out, you get usually like one stat buff, and as you progress, you can get up to 4 total on each piece.
Okay.
So like when you go to buy the item, one will be unlocked, and then you unlock the other stat pieces by playing with those items.
And they're like just upgrades.
So it's like run speed upgrade, or like ink usage decrease on your sub weapon,
and
or whatever.
Are these stacking ones? Or are they like kind of?
They stack. Yeah, they can stack.
Oh, okay, cool.
But they're random. They're completely random.
Like a talent type of thing where you have to choose.
No, the buff is random. So basically, on one piece of gear, we'll say that you have two mystery stats. First, when you gain 7,000 experience, you'll unlock the second stat, and that'll do like a random roll for what it is, and it could be anything. Some of them are definitely seemingly more useful than others. Like there are some that are like, if you die, the person who killed you, and you have longer respawn times.
Oh.
So like it's kind of like a eye for an eye type thing.
Vengeance, yeah.
Yeah, but then there are some that are just like your main fire uses less ink. Okay. Which is like, or like swim speed upgrade or whatever. Yeah. So, and then like so you get the first one after 7,000, then you get the second one after whatever, like 15,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So each piece of gear works like that, and the stats are random. So it benefits you to buy more gear. Like even it kind of stings because sometimes you get like a piece of gear that you like how it looks. And you're like, oh, my character looks cool with that. But then you'll go and an ugly hat will be like seemingly better, and you're like, oh fuck, like I have to get it.
Yeah, but what was that called? I don't know, leveling armor. It's an amalgam of weird crap.
But the cool thing is the gear rotates daily, so like you play one day and the shops have something, and then the next day they'll have something else. Chances are if you find a piece of ugly gear and it has 4 slots, like the next day you could have another piece of cooler looking gear with 4 slots. It could be honestly it could be the same piece of gear, and you can level them both, and they could have different stats because of the way the things work.
Okay.
That being said, with the weapons, you unlock a new weapon every X amount of levels. I don't
Like
think it's every
you
level.
get
It
one.
might be every level.
Yeah, I think it goes up. Oh, you're capped at 30, and I think there's 30,
Yeah.
30 guns. So
And I don't think that those have random stats. I think those have set stats. No, they don't have stats. They have abilities. They have set abilities. So they're like duplicates of the type of weapon. So like there'll be duplicate dual pistols, but like the second set of dual pistols you get will have different, like a different alternate fire and a different ultimate ability than the first one you got. So that's how they do weapons.
Which right now, if you're playing any sort of turf war and you're not using the bombs that skirt across the floor, what are those called?
I forget what they're called. The shuffleboard bombs, is what I call them.
Yeah. You're kind of like already way behind the meta. Like everyone uses those.
That's what I was going to
so
question.
good.
Was that at the end game there is or I mean, I guess the higher tier of players, is it?
Well,
is
there's
it
like
something...
ranked. There's
Okay.
ranked matches, which I don't touch because
Is it like
you basically need to
ridiculous?
have a group of people together and like able to chat.
Well, there's ranked and then there's league. And league,
I don't know what league is.
League is the one that you're thinking of where you need a group,
Oh.
like you need a pre-group. Ranked, you can do
so ranked
starting at
is
level
the
10.
same thing. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
But ranked has a different like set of modes. So Turf War is kind of like the one that it's just like a whatever, everyone can go and do it, and no matter what your rank is. But the other ranked mode has splat zones, which is like kind of King of the Hill. Rainmaker, which is kind of like capture the flag, and meaning I think it is capture the flag. And I think there's one other one, so which is nice, and those rotate as well every 2 hours.
That does sound much more different than I pictured it. I just pictured it was a little bit more generic-y.
No, it's not. So
third party.
I can like give you a breakdown
third
of some of the
person.
weapons and stuff.
So I assume that there is a machine gun type weapon, a pistol,
yeah,
a
but
shotgun.
there are no shotguns actually that I can
no
think
shotguns.
I mean, you could
I guess there are
slosher.
there are sort of shotguns.
Is there a like a flamethrower?
No, it has like a short. There's one gun that has like a slow fire rate, but then at the end of the shot it like blows up, and so it's like short range, but it shoots like a straight line.
Yeah,
and then there's like a paintbrush. That one's kind of shotgunny, I guess, because it's really short range.
I would count the slosher as probably the.
Oh yeah, I
like
forgot about
bucket.
that. So there's like the slosher's like a bucket of ink that you carry around.
Oh,
and again, it has like a short range, and you just kind of like splash it on people or on things. And then there's like the paint roller is kind of like a melee weapon. So you have like a big ass paint roller, and you're rolling it around, and you can hit people with it. But the best way to kill people is to like you can actually like splash ink with it at people, and that's how people get the most kills with it.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting to think about like a game like you're trying to kill people, but the main objective to win is to cover the most ground on the map. So you're kind of like, all right, if I take this gun, I'm not going to be able to paint as much of the ground as easily, but I can kill people faster. So like your team, even though it's random, right? You kind of want to have like the people that win the games in unranked matches are ones that have like end up with a good balance of like someone with a paint roller, and then dualies, and then someone with like a mid-range one. And there have been games.
Same thing with like same thing with unranked though. Like I've been up against matches where it's like we have a good composition, and they have like 2 people with rollers, someone with a sniper, and then someone with like the zapper, and it's like they just get decimated by us. Yeah, and vice versa. I've definitely been in matches where they've had a way better comp than us, and
there are some maps though
spanked.
where like some weapons work super well compared to other ones. Like there was a match I think against you where I was using the paintbrush and I like destroyed your team. Because like I kept coming up from underneath everyone, and then just
Yeah.
like popping up and being like, well, splat splat, and you guys are dead. So
Yeah. I didn't tell you, I had a match over the weekend where it was on the I forget the name of it, but it's the one where there's like the 2 towers and you have like the long pathways down to that center area.
yeah.
It's called like something towers, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I bum rushed their spawn point. So like I just like was shooting straight ahead of spawn, like, and like squidding down all the way to the bottom, and then like managed to get to the top without meeting any other people. And then as they were getting killed, I was keeping them dead at their spawn point and like inking their pathway, and it was like 80% us to their like 15% because there were some spots that just weren't covered.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 11 kills, and which is like the most kills I've ever gotten on Splatoon, I think. At least Splatoon 2 it has been. It's been a while since I played the first one, so I don't know, but it was just funny. Like, we just destroyed them, and it was just because, you know, like, we had, like, again, a good composition, and then we had me who was just like taking out the people. I basically had all of them spawning in like a line. I just kept taking them out. I was basically hiding in squid form in a corner, and I'd switch up the corner, and then pop up and kill them. And yeah, it was crazy.
So
but,
as much of this game is awesome and I'm having a blast with it, there's still a lot of shitty things that I really don't know why Nintendo decided to do them that way.
Like what?
So there's 2 things. There's one where you can't make a group and then go fight online. You have to join another friend and then like hope you get on the same team.
Oh, jeez.
So it's
annoying.
It's really weird how they did that.
Nintendo is just really bad at online play. It seems like
these other people seem to be doing something different and getting their online people together. Let's do our own thing. Yeah. Let's do our own thing.
Right. And
what
then
if you copied what like Halo has been doing forever? No. What if you copied what like literally any other multiplayer online game has been doing? No. No, that's a bad idea.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's just like I don't know why they decided to do it that way, but whatever. I'm sure they're gonna fix it because people are really, really like, what the fuck?
It was the same way with the first game, and they never did anything with it. But
and then the second one is Salmon Run, where
you don't like Salmon Run?
It's not that I don't like it; it's that I can't do it. I can't do it unless it's during a certain scheduled time that Nintendo says that we're allowed to do it. So, so what happens is like throughout the week, it's a different schedule on every week, and people are complaining. Like on the West Coast, they're like, "You have this set up so that it's from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. on like a Monday, and then on Tuesday it's like 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's like I have work all throughout those times. Like what the hell?"
That's not
so
gonna happen,
people are just like, let me just play the damn game. Like, why do you have this arbitrary like lock beyond when you can do this? So
I think it's just because that's supposed to be like another event like the Splatfests, but it's also beneficial because it gives items and stuff, and I don't think they want like everyone to be able to just spam it forever to get really good items.
Is that where people have been getting
spam it forever?
Is that where people have been getting like the 4-piece ability things? Because like the most I've seen
so apparently you can get that stuff from Amiibo, and I have the original Splat Amiibo, but I don't know how to do it. But I don't want to do it anyway because that seems like cheating. Like,
do it.
Yeah, because I'm
not gonna do it. Plus it's ugly. I don't like the the armor, like the mech armor stuff.
Because like I've looked at the shop, and the most ability things I've seen is like 2 mystery ones. I haven't seen a 3 one yet. So
you'll get there.
So I got a question. I guess maybe moving on from or about to move on from Splatoon would be comparing it to Splatoon 1. What are like the biggest improvements that they made to the game? Like obviously, there'll be like new
I will say that I don't know if it's because I mean, my internet hasn't changed that much. I guess we were in school when the first one came out. I was going to say, like, the big thing I noticed is I've had way less issues where in the first one I would notice like I'd put like splat paint everywhere and then parts of it would go away, like I never actually hit it, like there was some sort of lag. And yeah, so that I haven't seen that happen yet. I really like all the maps in this one. There are some in the last game that I absolutely despised. They actually brought one into this game that I didn't like in the first one, but they made it work a little bit better in this one. They made some changes to it, and that's
a welcome change.
What's it called? I can't remember the name of the map. Mackerel something, Mackerel Port or Port Mackerel or something like that. And they just like tweaked a couple things that just it made it flow a little bit better. It made it feel a little bit more
alive.
That's the one with a lot of corridors, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of it's like a straight line more or less, but there's like a bunch of boxes and stuff everywhere, and there's like the moving vehicles and stuff.
Right. I actually like that one.
I like that one too now. But yeah, so I think the maps are good in this one. I actually like Salmon Run. It's a nice change. You never really explained what it was, but basically, Jordan, you get matched up with other people. There's 4 of you, and it's almost like a horde mode. So you have these salmonoid things coming from the ocean, and there are random boss ones that can appear. And the point is to bring X amount of gold eggs back to your point, and you get the gold eggs from the bosses.
Okay.
And you have 3 waves basically, each one getting harder, and if you get to the end, then you get rewarded. If you don't, then you don't. But yeah. So other than that, it really is like very similar to the first one.
So would you call it a true sequel or like a
It's about as much of a sequel as like a Call of Duty sequel is.
Okay.
So like
I guess that's
you get a
fair.
new story mode. You get a new story mode, but it's still more or less just killing things.
It's more about the the PvP aspect, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely more of a PvP game.
Yeah. Yeah, I got like I saw a thread on Reddit where it was just like talking about how Destiny is like a 1.5 expansion.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, if you're gonna make that argument, then that's kind of what Splatoon 2 is.
It's kind of what Battlefront's going to be too. I
right.
feel.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be what the game was supposed to be.
I'm
when
hoping.
It came out.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm hoping that it actually is what it's supposed to be like. Or I'm sorry, like like how it should have launched. It should have just been Battlefield in space. I mean, it's set in Star Wars. They dropped the ball on that. I don't know why they didn't just like look at the other 2 games and then go, let's do that again. That was successful.
Yeah. That's a game I'm probably not going to buy on launch because I did that for the first one.
I will wait.
Yeah,
I did the same thing with the first one, and unfortunately, I did that with the first one.
Yeah, I played that for a week and then didn't touch it.
I played it for like a month and then.
Yeah, I was done with that pretty fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on, Jordan, you said you had something to move on to.
Well, I was gonna just touch on Destiny just a little bit, and then I have a little bit of Heroes of the Storm news. So with Destiny, my brother had played it, and I got his feedback from it, and he agreed that the beta, comparing it to just comparing the little bit of the beta that we were able to see, because obviously that's not the full game, but the bit of the beta that we were able to see, he said that the world seemed kind of small, similar to Destiny 1. He said, I thought that they were supposed to make it more big. It's supposed to be like more open world.
Yeah.
So he had that complaint about it, and then he said, it seemed like they focused more on the PvP aspect of it. The Crucible is the name of the PvP mode, and that's something that I guess you can do the raids as much as you want and whatnot, but when it comes down to shooters, for the most part, I know that they would try to make Destiny be a a PvE experience, with guilds and raids and dungeons and whatnot, but it just doesn't quite live up to. It doesn't quite live up to the hype that it's trying to put it at. And so that was another thing he said, is that it just seemed like they focused more on, at least for the beta, he's still, I think he's skeptically optimistic that they're gonna make the full game, the full release, a little bit more have more of a story and whatnot. But
yeah,
I mean, what was your? I didn't. Again, this is his opinion. I didn't actually touch it myself. My personal opinion is, I don't really. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. That's my whole thing is I'm gonna wait.
Dog.
Yes.
Zoro.
Yes. There's another dog. Congrats. Good job.
I mean, I think because I played the intro level and I didn't touch the PvP, but I read a lot online about how people were like, this whole beta, for some reason, everyone's like super negative about it, and I don't understand why, because it's not even going to be like, this isn't the full game yet. They still have tweaks to make, and like, they're purposely tuned people down, like, on purpose.
Oh, I did actually see that comment on saying that, oh man, I can't believe we're so weak, and it's like, well, you're coming, if you're comparing to Destiny 1 right now, like, you have like your best gear in slot or whatever,
right.
Like, you're obviously going to be doing way more damage. Like, this is the beginning of the game. You're not going to have the best stuff. You're going to have the crappy stuff, and you're going to do crappy damage. That's the beginning of the game.
Exactly. So like,
but if you sorry, Jesse, on like another note from that, of course, like, lore wise, it does make sense that they would be kicking ass right at the beginning, like, they didn't exactly lose any of their gear. I mean, I know you're losing your gear, like, player wise or whatever, but technically they didn't lose any gear like, story wise, unless like they literally took away all of their gear.
Yeah.
I mean, so I played, like I said, I played the opening level and then made it to the thing where you could go do like social stuff and then the Crucible. I didn't touch a Crucible. But
I didn't either.
I understand why people are skeptic. But again, they're not going to put what people are most excited about, which is the story, into the beta, because they want you to experience it like
I would
outside.
think, yeah.
That being said, there was like, even in the demo, there was like already more story.
I agree.
Even in the entirety of the first game.
Yeah, I agreed with that. And like, it was, I will say that like, again, this isn't, again, they still have time to tweak it. The character felt a little bit, because I played a hunter, and I like, the hunters had double jumps, and I remember it was just like the level they kind of have put you in, like, have kind of low ceilings, and so like double jumps, you just bounce off the ceiling all the time. And so the movement and everything kind of felt a little bit off, but I'll have to again judge when like the final thing comes out. But
I will say I was playing a hunter too, because that's what I played in the first game, and I couldn't remember how to like go sneaky mode. I played through the whole thing, and I was like, fuck.
I don't know if you
how
can.
do I do it?
I don't know if you can.
Wasn't that an ult? I thought that was an ult move, wasn't it?
It was like, so it was visible on the screen, like the little image of cloaking was available.
Oh, no,
but the
that
ult
wasn't
changed.
That wasn't cloaking. So they had those three abilities, right? You had one that you could dodge, which was one of them. You had another one which was a grenade, and then another one which, if you punch a dude a couple times, you would get electric fists. That was another cooldown. So you had no stealth at all. As a character.
I don't know what the dodge ability was then, because I wasn't using it.
It was, I don't remember the button input, but I managed to figure it out.
I just like, I was grenading and punching everything, but
I liked punching stuff. I chose a Titan was my main that I did. I played with a little bit with the Warlock, but I like the Titan for punching.
Right, but
the ult was really cool though on the hunter. I will say that, getting that like lightning staff
that was cool.
thing.
And we already know there's going to be a variation on it too. We I think
Yeah.
everyone gets like 2 different ones, just like in Destiny 1, which is cool.
Yep.
So I'm actually most excited for the PvE content because I did Crucible stuff, but it wasn't the reason why I played it. So like, for me to be going back into dungeons and like doing all that stuff, it feels like it reminded me of Destiny 1 kind of reminded me of like almost vanilla WoW in a way, where like it was really, really new because no shooter had really done that before. So I'm hoping that this expansion is going to be the Burning Crusade of Destiny, where like they get it really right. Like the dungeons feel really and are really fun with like some puzzles and stuff like that, because it's really interesting how you had to actually think. Like there were a ton of bosses in the first game where like you had to like strategically place your people, having them shoot specific things like at certain times. Like you had to be coordinated with your team.
And cheese the bosses. Cheese them over and
and it felt real good once you actually figured it out too, because like we went into the Taken King like trying like blind and like trying to figure out certain bosses without kind of reading the guide. We're just going in blind. We're just like, fuck it, let's do it. And it felt awesome to figure that out on your own. That's what like BC kind of reminded me of. Because there were no guides or anything really. So yeah, nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
skeptical still.
I won't lie. I pre-ordered the PS4 Pro Destiny bundle.
Oh, you did?
I know you were. You mentioned it like 3 times, and I was like, yeah, you have it on your brain.
Yeah, it was on my brain. I couldn't say no. I just because I'm gonna use it, and like I want to experience that, and I want to experience Monster Hunter Worlds when it comes out. Like
that's true.
In like the better visuals and whatever. Like I was watching a comparison of the beta online for Destiny 2, PS4 versus PS4 Pro, and like it's pretty similar, but there are definitely some things they said look much better on the PS4 Pro. It's like the depth and like the shadows and lights look better. Like the dynamic lighting looks better on the PS4 Pro, and when like they're showing one thing, whereas like when light hits certain things, you can really see pixels for some reason on the PS4.
Oh,
like it like kind of makes it almost pixelated on the edges. But on the PS4 Pro, it's much less obvious. They make it look better because it's not.
Is it a 4K thing or?
It's a 4K thing, but it's because it's not really 4K. It's checkerboard 4K. So it's like what a lot of gaming people have been using for their quote-unquote 4K. But anyway, so I'm excited to have the upgraded system to have a game look better, that I'll hopefully be playing a lot. But yeah, the other reason is because I wanted it. It was a mix between Monster Hunter Worlds and actually like Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, I'm gonna want a Pro for those games, so I'm just gonna fucking get it because I like the white one. And by the time those games come out, the white one won't be in existence unless I buy it used or something somewhere. And that's no fun. I like new things.
Maybe there'll be a Kingdom Hearts version.
But it won't be white, Jesse.
Yeah, but if it's not, then oh well. I don't have a 4K TV.
Yellow Keyblade version.
Ew, that'd be so ugly.
Gross. Yeah, I don't have a 4K TV.
That's one thing. Yeah, definitely. I hope that people are smart enough. The people that are getting this, the Pro or the Xbox One S, and they're not like, oh, cool, wow, it puts it out in 4K. It's like, well, yeah, if you have 4K TV, yes.
Yeah.
Like, it won't
4K
make
TVs
your
are
TV...
more reasonably priced now, though.
Yeah, no, I'm just hoping that, or whatever. I guess whatever, if people decide to do it or not. But if the people that are buying the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One S, are they actually buying it knowing that they have a 4K TV, or are they just buying it because, oh wow, it's got the better graphics? Oh, all right, I'll get that.
I'm sure there are some people that are gonna buy it not knowing they need a 4K TV, but I feel like that's gonna be like a parent buying their kid the console.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And the kid not fully explaining what needs to be done in order to get the better graphics.
Right, and it's funny because you mentioned that. It reminds me of the time that my dad bought an HD TV, like for the first time, to watch cable, but didn't realize that you needed to buy an HD cable box for that to work.
Yeah.
So like he was just like, "Why does this still look like garbage?" And I was like, "Because you're not getting an HD signal." So
what?
It is going to happen.
Yep. Of course. I have some more news stories.
Yeah, I only got one more thing. Was just going to say the new Heroes of the Storm character that they just added was Garrosh. Garrosh Hellscream.
Yeah.
Which
He died.
Yeah, he's dead. As of
the
Warlords.
meanie of the Horde.
Gets to join Varian.
He was the emo orc from Burning Crusade that was very upset that his dad drank demon blood, but then he heard that he had actually redeemed himself by dying. So then he got excited and proud of his dad, but then he decided to turn into a douche because Blizzard turned his character into a douche.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's something that when they were teasing him, they teased the Dark Portal, the Azeroth side of it, and so people were thinking, "Oh wow, maybe from Warcraft 3, the people that went through the Dark Portal, or I'm sorry, I guess that was Warcraft 2. No, that was Warcraft 3. So the people that went out into the portal to go to Outlands, it was Illidan, Kael'thas, and Lady Vash. Lady Vaj.
Lady Vaj.
And so, they're like, oh, well, Illidan and Kael'thas are already in the game, so maybe it's Lady Vash. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. A Naga, and she could be a caster. She could either be support or she could be a ranged assassin. That'd make sense. She could have water abilities, whatever. Yeah. So then they're like, oh, wait, well, who else would come through the portal? Oh, well, demons have come through the portal, obviously, and whatnot. That it could be Manaroth is one of the ones that they predicted, and so that'd be kind of cool. Oh yeah, Manaroth was the one that started the whole that turned the orcs green, and so then they actually reveal it, and then it's Garrosh, and people were like, oh, another orc. Oh, cool. All right. Another orc. And then they're like, oh, not even Gramosh. Okay, all right, that's cool, because Grom was his dad, and he came through the portal first, and he's kind of cooler, and his character is just better, like story-wise. Yeah. But they went with Garrosh. I guess he's more iconic. He's more iconic to the more recent players. I guess player base. They'll recognize him, which I guess you can't argue with that, but still sucks.
Yeah. But, it does kind of suck. Kind of on that level is sorry, I just got like a bunch of text, one being from my grandmother, so I wanted to see what she was saying.
Eat your fruits and veggies.
Doomfist is now in the
oh, he's actually in the
live
game, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Today is the day that Doomfist has arrived on live.
So I mean, by all technicalities, the only people that that didn't have access to him, I should say, because you could go on the PTR if you were on PC, but if you were on consoles, this is the first time that you're actually getting your hands on him.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I wonder how that's going to be. Do you think that he'll be easier to play on the consoles or harder? Because he's not really... I mean, he has the firing mechanism, but he's more or less... His thing is being melee, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell, because, like, he's melee, but he's not, like, that melee. He's still going to... I think setting up combos is going to be a little bit easier on the computer.
On the computer, okay.
With a mouse, because... Think of it, because, like, one of his moves
is... It's like a one-hit,
two-punch,
right?
It's like an uppercut that leads to like other moves, right? So you have to like kind of position your sights after the uppercut. so you can like hit the opponent like while they're in the air. So I just feel like that'd be easier to do with a mouse. But you know me, Mr. I prefer first-person shooters on PC. Period, guy.
Yep.
Which is why like I'm probably gonna get Battlefront on PC.
Oh yeah. Wait, did we talk about that? No. You got Destiny 2 on
the PlayStation.
On the PlayStation, that's right.
Because you got the
Which
PS4.
I mean, it's just like
I forget. What is the reason? I think you had said it before. Why you would not get it on the PC, or was that Jesse?
I would love to get it on the PC. It's just that a lot of our like personal friends play it on PlayStation.
That's what it was. Okay.
So like rather than play with a bunch of strangers, I'd rather play with like our buddy Dave and other people. So.
Yep.
Righto,
Our clan actually was in the. I wasn't expecting them to have our guild active in the beta, but lo and behold.
Really?
Yeah. So interesting.
Got to get that head stat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Doomfist now live, exciting.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know if they tweaked him at all. I know he's kind of easy to counter. A lot of people can counter him.
Wait. So that, what they nerfed him then?
No. I was saying
or they
like
buffed other
in the beta when I was playing, he was easy to take out. Like there were a lot of characters that were good against him.
I mean, like I said, I mean he has to be up in your face, right?
Yeah. So like the point of him really like if he sees you before you see him, it can pose a problem. But if the player that is playing him is dumb and you're a ranged person, like
boom,
I'd say 8 times out of 10 you're gonna win. Like the thing with him is like if he can sneak up into a handful of people, not even a handful because that's a whole team. If he can sneak into 2 people, he has the ability where every time he lands a punch, he gets like a little mini shield, so he can stay alive longer up close.
That's right. Yeah, that's like one of his. That's like his passive ability.
It's
or
like
whatever,
a passive, right? Yeah. So, but it's like not enough to keep. Like he's not gonna go into a group of 3 people and be able to take him out, no problem.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It's like a small
he's gonna
shield,
die.
Isn't it? It's like a
yeah.
2-tick shield or something.
Yeah. Like if he's in a group of 2, and both of the people don't notice him right away, he might be able to take him out. But if like it's a group of 2 and both people are aware of him, he's gonna die. I haven't watched like good players play him yet. That's just from my experience playing a couple matches in beta.
I still kind of wish he was a warrior. I mean, I get that he should be, or I'm sorry, tank. Yeah, I get that he's a killer guy, so I guess assassin works or offense works, but
yeah,
I still think he would have been cool as a tank.
Just like charging in. The thing with him is that he'd basically be Reinhardt.
Get shields from his. Yeah, I guess so.
He'd be like a mix of like Reinhardt and
Genji?
like Zarya.
Oh,
Winston.
Or Winston.
Yeah.
I guess like all 3 because if the bubble thing would have to be stronger if he was a tank. But there's already so many tanks, so I don't mind him being offense.
What is it now? There's one of each class anyways now, so
or
I'm sorry, there's one new character for each class.
Not for defense yet.
Oh.
I think Sombra is considered offense still.
Oh, Sombra is yeah. So I wonder it'll be interesting to see what new character. I mean, they have to put up some new lore, right, in order to put out a new character.
Not necessarily. There's still a lot of characters that were in like the.
Wasn't there like an intro video or whatever that showed a bunch of different faces? Of like other
there's that,
Overwatch
but also
members?
just like there's like a concept art picture that has like a massive group of people that were supposedly Overwatch, and there's a bunch of characters in that concept art that aren't in the game yet.
Okay.
So, interestingly enough, none of those characters were really any of the characters that have been released yet. So
Yeah.
um,
I like that.
yeah,
It's
there's
free.
definitely potential. Yeah, there's potential for so many more characters, and there's definitely going to be so many more characters. They're making so much money with Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep.
That's one news thing. The other news thing is something that we talked about several weeks back that has been officially announced, and that is The Wolf Among Us Season 2.
Oh.
Told you.
Was officially announced for 2018.
Oh.
Which is exciting because I am excited. I really liked that game a lot, and I'm excited to see where it goes. The other thing that Telltale announced is a Batman Telltale game,
Season
which
2,
I
right?
believe is this year.
Is it a season 2? Because there's already a Batman Telltale game.
I don't know.
I think it's season 2.
I think it's. I'll tell you what it is. Batman: The Enemy Within.
Interesting.
Season 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So season 2 then.
Yeah.
That's
so.
cool. I didn't actually play that one, but I will assume
haven't
that it
either.
is good.
So yeah, those are two things that Telltale announced at Comic-Con, which is pretty sweeto. I'm mostly just excited for Wolf Among Us.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
gonna be
care
cool.
less for Batman.
Yeah.
I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember what it was. I had it in my head.
I have something that I'm excited about because it's
Yeah.
relative to things that I was excited about before. So
Yeah. What's that?
it is the fact that Persona 5 has shipped more than 1.8 million copies worldwide, which
Yay!
is badass.
That's exciting, I suppose. I saw that Splatoon has outsold, is it Legend of Zelda in Japan?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That is
So,
that's
They
something.
love Splatoon over there.
Damn.
yeah, so apparently I was on Reddit and they're like, yep, it's outsold Zelda. And someone was like, I'm in Japan currently, like on vacation, and it seems like every block there's a Splatoon ad. So
Did it outsell it already, or was it just because I saw a couple different stats where it was just like the first 3 days it outsold Splatoon 1 within like the first week or something. Like it's I don't remember what it was.
Let me see if I can find it. Excuse me.
I'm on Reddit too.
Oh my goodness, burpee. Splatoon 2. Oh Jesus. Ads. Splatoon 2 had a massive opening week in Japan, with the shooter reportedly selling over 3 times as many copies as Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
So it sold reportedly 670,955 copies in Japan, compared to the 186,000 some odd physical copies of Breath of the Wild
Surprising.
within the same time period.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
And the funny thing is, like, going back to the Persona quote, is that it says it's shipped worldwide 1.8 million copies. That's physical, so I wonder what it would be with digital total sales.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, which is even higher, which is dope, because that game deserves so much recognition. Because they did a shitty job with marketing with that game, I'll be honest. Like, the only reason why I played it was because of all the reviews.
Persona itself has never had good marketing in the States.
I know that it's a game, but I literally have never known anything about it. And like you said, I've never seen a single trailer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they don't exist stateside. It's just one of those games that's... It's like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter never really gets trailers, or never really gets like a ton of
That's actually pretty
marketing.
true. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a trailer for Monster Hunter.
But like it's relatively popular. It's more popular in Japan than over here, which is why we don't get every single Monster Hunter release. Yep. So, I can't think of anything else. Do you guys have anything to talk about? I do know
can we laugh
that,
at Walmart?
because they oversold Super Nintendo.
They're not even overselling them.
Classics.
They just canceled everyone's order outright.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be. That's just like I'm not even gonna bother. Like I don't fucking care. Like I'll just blow the money on physical copies of the original games. Fuck it.
Did you check out that video I sent to you?
No,
I
not yet.
I sent to the group. You should check that out
Yeah.
after.
I will.
Because it is.
I'm gonna pull a Jesse and say I actually really have to poop.
Cool, me too.
I was gonna say that.
So we'll wrap it up, and I'll watch that video.
Alright.
So thanks for watching this week's /group podcast, everyone.
Is there anything to look out for this weekend? Any? I don't think there's anything.
Pyre
right?
came out today.
Pyre
yesterday.
came out. It's
Oh,
been
that's
getting
right.
like mixed reviews.
Yeah.
What
seems a little bit.
Fortnite-
It's a little weird.
Fortnite comes out tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think that I've been seeing that they released demo codes for people, for like reviewers, but they put an embargo date on it for release day, so they can't put any reviews out until tomorrow, which is release day, and it's like midday. So typically that means that a company isn't confident with their product, which means it's probably going to be bad, which means I'm not going to get it.
Well, I watched people play it, and it looks fun, but it's totally pay to win. Like that's the problem.
Yeah, I also saw that.
Yeah.
Like the demo and stuff. But
So.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Tell us things in the comments that'll make us poop easier, and
Give us at least one comment in this video.
our goal is to get 1 like and 1 comment on this video. If we do, we'll do a dance on live television.
We'll actually put videos up.
We'll put videos up daily. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.